Okay, this is the second part of the video. We'll just do 5 more balesters to review. On guard, legs nice and bent. Go. 1, jump lunge, recover, retreat. 2, jump lunge, recover, retreat. 3, jump lunge, recover, retreat. 4, jump lunge, recover, retreat. 5, jump lunge, recover, and retreat. So you now have ways to penetrate that bubble between you and your opponent. You work back and forth, as you know. When the time comes, you do an advanced lunge if need be, or a balester lunge, or a double advanced lunge. And of course, the only way to really learn that is to practice it in a bout, which one day, I hope, we'll be able to do back in person. Let's remind ourselves about holding the foil and how to make attacks. So again, hold the foil with your first 2 fingers and your thumb, and your ring finger provides some stability, but your pinky is not involved. So just make the letter U, extend your arm fully, and make disengages. That's the letter U. If you're going underneath someone's blade in high line, and of course the opposite, less common, is to make sort of an N or a hump. Now make a circle going one direction, clockwise or counterclockwise, and then go the other way using just your fingers. Make it very big for a moment, really keep yourself relaxed, and then gradually spiral it in so it's smaller and smaller. So we will remember that there are simple attacks and compound attacks. Simple attacks are straight attack, disengage attack, cut over, or coupe attack. And right now we're going to do a feint, a straight feint, and a disengage under the parry. So if I'm facing you, I'm attacking you in the high line, you parry 4, I go underneath it, and I hit on the other side. If you're attacking me, I parry 4, you go underneath my arm, and hit up here. The trick here is the feint has to draw the parry. So the feint has to be deep enough to cause me to react. If you make a feint way out here somewhere, I'm not going to react. But if you penetrate on the first feint and it's about here, I will parry, and you can deceive if you do it right. Obviously, you don't know what I'm going to parry, but you look for patterns. And do I always parry 4, for example? So, with our dummy, we're going to advance, make a 3/4 extension feint, and then a disengage and hit on the other side of the parry. I'll show you again. Advance feint, about 3/4. You parry 4, I go underneath it and hit on the other side. Face your target now. Ready? Advance feint, disengage lunge, recover and retreat. Remember the disengage goes in the lunge, they're simultaneous. Again, advance feint, disengage lunge, recover, retreat. 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 Advance feint, disengage, and recover, and retreat. So again, the feint is meant to be close enough so they have to parry, and then you disengage. Something slightly different is the 1-2. There's a couple ways of doing this. The first one is you advance and you disengage as a feint, and then in the lunge you do a second disengage, hence it's called 1-2. Right? So when I come at you, my opponent, I'm going to do my first disengage sort of here in the neutral area, gray area, kind of under the arm, and then I'm going to finish back where I started from. So if this is you holding a foil, I advance feint, and then I disengage. The point of this is if you feint up here, it might work, it can work, but if you feint here, it's very hard for me to tell where you're going to go. You might go back where you were, you might go down low, you might end up going up here, but if you hide yourself for just that moment, it makes it harder for me to find you. So your feint is going to be feint, sort of on the outside under the arm, and then disengage back to the high line on the outside. So it looks like this. Advance feint, disengage lunge, recover and retreat. I should say advance disengage feint and disengage lunge. So in this exercise, when I say feint, I mean disengage feint under the arm, and finish with a lunge to the chest. Ready? Face your target. Go. Advance, feint, disengage, and then disengage again. Advance, disengage, feint, I should say, and then disengage again for lunge. So I'll say that. Disengage, feint, disengage, lunge. Recover, retreat. Disengage, feint, disengage, lunge. Recover. Let's speed it up a little bit. Go. Disengage, feint, disengage, lunge. Recover, retreat. 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 Two more. Go. Disengage, feint, disengage, lunge. Recover, retreat. Disengage, feint, disengage, lunge. Recover, and rest. The other move that is involved in compound attacks is the doublé, which we talked about before. That's where I make a circle and you make a circle going around it. So, if you're attacking me and I make a counter 6 circle parry, you make a circle yourself and come back exactly where we started. That's a doublé. You can also add on to that a doublé, tricky with just one person, and then I may do a 4 parry and you do a disengage after, so that's compound. You make a doublé and then you make a disengage. I hope I can make this clear to you. So maybe watch me from this angle. I go around your counter 6 with a circle, then I go under your 4 parry. I make a circle and then a disengage. A doublé and a disengage. Notice that my doublé is of course the opposite of your counter 6. If you're right-handed, your parry goes clockwise. You can see it goes clockwise. For me to go around that, on the other side, I have to go counterclockwise. The opposite direction of the second hand of a clock. So again, circle, disengage. Circle, disengage. Circle, disengage. With the circle, the doublé, I'm 3/4 out and then I finish the disengage and hit. Face your target. Do it slowly at first. Advance doublé is a complete circle. Disengage, lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge. Recover, retreat. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge. Recover, retreat. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge. Recover, retreat. Stop for a moment. Practice the movement without moving your feet. Just the circle and the disengage. The doublé and the disengage. 6 more. Advance doublé, then disengage, lunge, recover, and retreat. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge, recover, and retreat. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge, recover, and retreat. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge. One more. Advance doublé, disengage, lunge, recover, and rest. You can, I think we won't do this week, but there's 2 ways to do that. You can do the advance doublé and the disengage, or you can simply do the advance and do the doublé disengage in the lunge. That's quite a high level skill. And you can do any number of movements in the lunge, though typically 2 is about the max. I have seen it done, I've done it myself, where you go 2 or 3 or even sometimes 4. And the trick there is you have to train yourself so well and be able to perceive so carefully and precisely that your body just does it. You can't think it's too slow. You just have to perceive parries, go around, underneath, and you hit. It's a wonderful feeling. All right, let's say that you want to practice staying in the lunge when your opponent has parried. So a lot of times we practice this. We lunge, we recover, maybe parry, riposte. But you, of course, can lunge and stay in the lunge, parry, and riposte, staying in the lunge. So we're going to do that. We're going to lunge. You're going to imagine yourself being parried. You come back and parry. And then you make what's called a counter riposte. Remember, counter in this sense means answering riposte. It doesn't mean circular the way it does in counter parry. A counter parry is this, but a counter riposte is answering a riposte. So, on guard, you're going to do a straight lunge. Watch me again. Don't go to your target yet. Lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte to the high, outside line. And you're staying in the 4 position. The 4 position is here, protecting the chest, and I riposte in that same position, as opposed to over here. Ready? Let's do advanced lunges. Advanced lunge, stay there, parry 4, counter riposte, recover in 4, recover and retreat. Advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte in 4, come back to 4, recover, retreat. Again, advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte in 4, come back to 4, recover, retreat. Again, go. Advanced lunge, parry 4 in the lunge, riposte from 4, come back to 4, recover, retreat. Go. Advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte in 4, come back to 4, recover, retreat. Go. Advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte to 4, recover to 4, recover and retreat. Go. Advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte in 4, come back to 4, recover and retreat. 2 more. Advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte in 4, come back to 4, recover, retreat. Last one. Advanced lunge, stay in the lunge, parry 4, riposte in 4, come back to 4, recover, retreat, and rest. You'll notice that we're doing these in sets of 10, but of course anybody that wants to get good at anything has to do it over and 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 over. So that's where maturity comes in, the willingness to just do it, do it, do it. You do it 10,000 times, the one time you need it, it'll be there for you. So, assuming you have a target, let's try what's called a little shadow fencing before we conclude. And that is where you simply move back and forth with an imaginary opponent, and you lunge when you're ready. It looks like this. I'm moving as if I were actually fencing someone. When I see the right time, boom, I lunge and hit. Okay, so face your target. We'll do that for 1 minute. Ready? Fence. Seconds. Ten seconds. 5. One good lunge and stop. Okay, last thing, just to remind ourselves of the parry positions. I hope you found online, or you took the papers I gave you some weeks ago at the club, or you figured out some other way to remind yourself of the positions. I'm going to call them out. I want you to assume the parry position I called, and then I will do it so you can check to see if it's right. 6, 4, 7 or septime, 8 or octave, 7, 6, 7, 6 diagonal, 8, 4, 8, 4, that's also diagonal, 8, 4, 7, 4, 7. Notice I'm making a kind of crescent motion to parry. 4, 7, 4, 6. Now those are all prone supine positions. Your hand palm up, your thumb about the 1 o'clock position. 6, 4, 8, 7. Turn your hand for tierce or 3, like a saber fencer. Cant or 5, that's Q-U-I-N-T, like quint. Prime, which is where you point your elbow and you crook your wrist like that. And second or 2, where you corresponds to octave. Again, more natural because it's like slapping a mosquito off your leg. So 2 or secondes.